Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show at 24 where the A's will start off this episode in Fenway as we get through our first full week of the season. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. We are in the famous Fenway Park, as you can see, facing the Red Sox, who went 4-0 to begin their first opening weekend, sweeping the Yankees. So we got our task set out for us, considering we went 0-3 as we begin today by striking out versus Cutter Crawford, who's getting the mound for the Red Sox today. Next batter is Eddie Rosario, and he will draw a walk. So getting an early base runner this time are the A's. But Ryan Noda will ground over to first, and that will be a 3-6-3 double play to end the top of the first. On the mound for the Athletics will be Jose Butto, getting a chance back in the rotation this year, as he struggled last year with his command issues. So we'll see if he has fixed them coming into his third season as an Athletic. Leading off for the Red Sox will be Duran, who was on a 9-game hitting streak dating back to last year, hitting .692 in the early portion of this season, as he'll begin hitting a very high ball to center field, where it will be caught by Ruiz. And we'll take a look at the Red Sox lineup. You can see Vaughn Grisham up next, followed by Rafael Devers, Tristan Casas, Tyler O'Neill, Cedane Rafaela, Connor Wong, Kyle Thielen left, and the rookie Mickey Romero rounding it out at shortstop. So here's the righty Vaughn Grisham with an 0-2 pitch, and he's going to crush one deep left field, and that one is over the monster for a solo home run. Vaughn Grisham gets the scoring started as an 0-2 pitch. That pitch doesn't need to be anywhere near the zone. And again, Butto missing with his command, and it costs him early. First home run of the season for Grisham, who hit 9 last year in 83 games. He gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead. We bring up Rafael Devers up next, and he's going to crush a 2-0 pitch high and deep to right field, and this one's also out of here. Back-to-back jacks for the Red Sox as Rafael Devers goes deep. We know the power that he has, already hitting his second home run of the season. And again, Butto, the command and the control early, proving to be an issue. 2-0 Red Sox. How about Tristan Casas up next? 1-0. He drives one deep to center field. And this one is also going to clear the wall. Back-to-back jacks for the Red Sox. They already lead 3-0. As Jose Butto's 2026 season could not have started off any worse. Red Sox already up 3-0. And there's only one out in the first inning. How about Tyler O'Neill? 0-1. He's going to get a hit. This is not at least a home run, but he singles down the left field line. So he's on first base. That'll bring up Cedane Rafaela, the DH, up next, and he'll swing through a fastball. So finally out number 2. Connor Wong up next. Full count pitch to him, and he'll sky this one into right field, where it will be caught. But the Red Sox take an early 3-0 lead. We'll go bottom 4 now. Butto at least starting to settle in a little bit since those 3 home runs. But then he walks Connor Wong to begin the 4th, his second walk of the day already. Going to bring up the left fielder Kyle Thielen, played in 87 games last year, usually a catcher, but playing the corner outfield spot today. 2-2 to him, and he swings at a pitch in the dirt that'll strike him out for out number 1. I'll bring up the rookie Mickey Romero, the 2022-year-old, 2022 24th overall pick, but he glums one to Noda, who tags the runner, showing his Gold Glove abilities. Butto would only go 4. Ryan Presley now comes in, the former Colorado Rockies, signed to a 1-year contract. He's tasked with the 5th inning, and he begins getting Duran to ground out to Jacob Wilson. Grisham up next, 2-2, and he looks at strike 3. Good start here for Presley to strike out the next batter. And then Rafael Devers up next, though, will blast this one deep right field. That is out of here. His second home run of the day gets launched into the second level, as Devers already has 3 on the season. Had 28 last year. And, well, the Red Sox lead 4-0. And Presley early on has had some struggles this season with giving up the long ball. We're hoping when we signed it that was not an issue. Hopefully he can get it under control. He would actually be pulled after Devers, too. Mason Miller now comes in relief, making his first appearance of the season. And a pretty good 2025 as he begins against Tristan Casas and gets him to strike out. The Red Sox lead 4-0. Go top 6 now. Zach Geloff leading off for the A's, who are still being shut out by Cutter Crawford. And he flies out to right field. How about Eddie Rosario up next? Full count to him, and he swings through a changeup Crawford with the first 2 down. That is his 6K of the day. It'll bring up Ryan Noda, who walks back in the 4th in his last at bat. 1-2 to him now, and he swings at a high fastball. Cutter Crawford smoking this lineup of the A's. Miller stays in bottom 6. Tyler O'Neill to lead off, and he hits this one well to center field, and it's going to hit off of the bottom of the green monster. A's pitchers giving up some very hard contact today. I don't know what is wrong with this pitching. I was hoping we could fix it. Rafael will then come up with a runner on second. A wild pitch will get away from Soderstrom. So that'll allow O'Neill to head to third. It's only 90 feet away now. Still nobody out. Rafaela will sky this one to center. This should be deep enough. Will they test the arm of Ruiz? They will. O'Neill being sent home, and the throw well offline. It is 5-0 Red Sox. Connor Wong now up next, 3-1 to him, and he will draw a walk. Slider doesn't get the call. So again, another free base runner given up by the A's pitching. Mickey Romero up next will golf a cutter, hit into right field with some carry, and it's going to clear the short wall for a home run. Mickey Romero with his first career home run as a 2-run shot. The 2022 LSU native, who was picked 24th overall, I got it right this time, goes deep, and the Red Sox now lead 7-0. This one turning into a blowout. Top 7 now. Here's Tyler Soderstrom at the dish. He gets a high changeup, and he's going to whack this one to left center off of the top of the green monster. So at least it'll be a leadoff double here to begin the 7th. Going to bring up the 5-hole hitter up next in Esteury Ruiz, who's one of our best clutch hitters, and he's going to deliver. Single back up the middle on a cutter right down the middle. And the A's are finally on the board, 7-1, thanks to the RBI. That'll actually do it as well for Cutter Crawford. River Ryan in now for the Red Sox, who is a Rule 5 pickup this year from the Dodgers organization. He's tasked here with finishing off the 7th, and Robbie Martin will get the first batter to single up the middle. So now you got 2 on, still nobody out, so maybe a chance to do some damage here. Wilson up next, change up down the middle, chopper over to second, 4-6-3 double play. So just like that, you're down to 2 outs. You need a base hit to drive in the runner, and it's Logan Davidson. He has walked back in the 3rd, but he's hitless today. He's got a full count pitch here, and he mashes a changeup over to first. So we get 1 in the 7th. It could have been more. Zach Jackson now in relief for the A's. He gets the bottom of the 7th. He inherits 2 runners on base already from Mason Miller. And Casas will hit this one deep to center field where it will be caught. But one of the runners will tag and move to 3rd. So now you got him on the corner. You need a double play here from Tyler O'Neill. And he grounds it to Davidson. You get just that, but we can't turn 2. And E6 proves to be another run as this continues to just be a nightmare day for the Athletics. Inning stays alive. Rafael up next with a 2-2, and he swings through a high changeup. Probably wouldn't throw that pitch again. How about Connor Wong? 2 walks today already. First pitch to him, and he skies this one over to short. So the double play results in 1 being scored, but it's now 8-1. Joe Barlow will then come in later into the next inning. He's going to inherit a runner on first with 1 out. He's going to get Duran to strike out, so it looks like his hit streak will come to a close. How about Vaughn Grisham up next? 1-0, and he's going to rip this one down the left field line. This one's some trouble as it gets into the corner. Eddie will get to it. Runner will be waved home. Davidson's throw is offline, and it's 9-1 Red Sox, continuing to blow out the Athletics. Devers up next. 1-1. Crushes it to left center. Devers goes deep for the 3rd time today. A opposite field 2-run shot. And that will essentially be the icing on the cake. Devers' 4th home run of the season. He's going to take the slow trot this time. 3 mashes in 1 game. It is 11-1 Red Sox. And, well, let's just pull the plug on this one. The Red Sox essentially mercy rule us here in Fenway, as that would end up being your final score. Red Sox just mashed the baseball all around the park, actually out of the park, considering there were 6 home runs from the Red Sox in this one. Pitching staff, man, only 10 hits on 11 runs. They walked 6 batters. Just a nightmare. Just nobody seemed to work today, which is unfortunate because I really tried to fix the pitching this season. So hopefully it's not a sign to things to come for the rest of the year. But we have yet to win a game. We are now 0-4, and the Red Sox are 5-0. And in that fashion, I want to make one more move before we start the minor league season. I meant to do this during free agency, but I'm going to cut Kyle Freeland. He's going to be released. We owe him a ton of money the next 2 seasons, but I think it's just worth it. We'll just eat it. I don't see a spot for him on this team. The pickup was kind of a bad idea last year. We didn't lose the next game 1-0, so finally our pitching staff does something good, but the offense can't do it. We don't even score a run. We dropped to 0-5 on the season, but we finally win a game in Game 3, 8-4. So we are 1-5 now. Adam Frazier went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Zach Geloff went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. They proved to be most of the offense. That'll take us to the next half of this episode. We'll return home to face the Mariners, as we'll get this one in Sacramento. We come in 1-5. The Mariners come in 3-4 in the early portion of the season. Both these two teams finishing at the bottom of the division last year, so looking to potentially not fall into that same fate, as this would be a good series, a 4-game homestand to potentially turn it around. On the mound for the Athletics will be Moneyball, who made his first appearance in the first series against the Pirates. No earned runs, only went 3 2/3, but he gave up 6 runs because of an error from Brent Rooker. Edgar Gonzalez will lead off for the Mariners, and with a 3-1 pitch, he'll chop this one over to second, and we'll begin with a 4-3 putouts, as we'll take a look at this Mariners lineup, as they made some changes to it. Ahmed Rosario up next in the 3 spot. Julio Rodriguez back in the lineup, returning from injury-ridden 2025. Kyle Schwarber, the new player, in the DH spot, followed by Luke Raley in left. Jorge Polanco at second, Ty France at first. Harry Ford finally getting the call up at catcher, and then Ryan Bliss at short. Rosario up next. He will hit this one over to right field, try to bloop it in there, but Brent Rooker will track it down. Here's J-Rod back in the lineup, dealt with injuries all of last season, only played in 78 games, and he will draw a walk to begin his day today. And that'll bring up Kyle Schwarber, the 3-time All-Star and former Philadelphia Philly, who got traded to the Rockies last season, and he will strike out looking, and that'll end at the top of the first. On the mound for the Mariners will be Logan Gilbert, who went 6-14 a year ago with a 4.40 ERA. Much better start in his first start this season, 2 earned in 7 innings. Geloff will lead off against him, and he'll swing and miss on a low slider to begin the day. Eddie Rosario up next. You can see some of these averages. Not very good for the A's top of the lineup, but this will help as he will get a single into center field for Eddie Rosario. The 3 spot, Ryan Noda again, 1-1 to him, and he'll sky this one over to left field, where it will be caught, it looks like, by Luke Raley, and that'll retreat Eddie back to first despite the errant throw. We'll take a look at this Athletics lineup, the same lineup you just saw in the game against Boston. Some of the offensive guys struggling. You can see the top of the lineup in particular, the middle doing pretty well, and Soderstrom, Ruiz, Martin. We are 14th in the American League in OPS, so I'd like to see some more extra base hits and power from this lineup. So here's our All-Star Soderstrom up next with a 2-2, and he's going to golf a fastball deep into center field, but it will not be deep enough. Rodriguez underneath it, and both teams scoreless in 1. We'll go bottom 3 now. The Logan versus Logan matchup favors Davidson to begin the ball game, as he will take a splitter up the middle with a good piece of hitting. Up next, Brent Rooker in the 9-hole today. Davidson trying to take off for second, but the hit and run doesn't matter because Rooker's just going to take this one deep. Curveball gets crushed to right field for a home run, a 2-run shot for Brent Rooker. And what was not an easy pitch to hit. That ball was out of the zone, and he tanks it the other way, his second home run of the season. And Brent Rooker off to a pretty good start this year, only hit 196 last season. Hopefully we can get that 2023 All-Star player to return. 2-0 now here for the Athletics as we go top 4 with 1 down, as Luke Raley hits this one down the right field line, and it's out of here. Did not think that one would clear the wall, but Luke Raley will get one of those back as he hits a solo shot to right field. Raley had 20 home runs last season, gets his first one of the season here today. And the Athletics get their lead chopped in half. It's now 2-1. Back to the Logan versus Loganson-Davidson matchup. It's here in the bottom of the 4th, and he will strike out. So Gilbert gets the upper hand in that one. That'll bring up Brent Rooker again. Just saw him hit the 2-run homer, and this time gets jammed on a slider. Tries to inside out the swing, and not going to go for a base hit. Geloff now up next with an 0-1 pitch, and he's going to perfectly time a splitter right down the middle. And Geloff will make Gilbert pay as he crushes this one way out of the ballpark and gets the run right back. Geloff hits his first home run of the season, 425 to deep center field. And the Athletics get their 2-run cushion right back. They lead this one 3-1. Next batter up will be Eddie Rosario, who will golf this one over to first and actually eats up the first baseman. France couldn't play it. They'll rule that a hit. I probably would have considered it an error. But Rosario on first nonetheless for Ryan Noda, who hits this one deep to center field, but not deep enough. It actually dies out pretty easily. But it's 3-1 Athletics now as we go top 6. Abel still on the mound, having himself a great day, minus the solo homer, as he gets Ahmed to fly out here to begin the 6th. How about J-Rod, 0 for 1 with a walk today. He swings wildly at a high fastball. Nice pitch by Abel. That's his 6th K of the day. That'll bring up the former Rocky, Kyle Schwarber, with the 2-2 pitch here. And he swings wildly at the changeup. 7 Ks, 6 innings for Abel. Great start out of him. In the bottom of the 6th, Soderstrom wants one more as he tattoos this one to right field, way out of here. And this time it's the Athletics who are starting to hit the long ball. Soderstrom hits his first home run of the season last year. He had a breakout year last year, got named to an all-star appearance. And we need to see some more of that. I'm glad the power got showed today, as a solo home run makes it 4-1. That'll do it also for Gilbert's, as they'll bring in the former San Francisco Giant Tyler Rogers, who's already made 5 appearances in 7 games this season, proving to be the go-to guy for Seattle early on. He begins his day by getting Ruiz to ground to second base, but the speed will beat out the throw. So Ruiz stay at second. Now you got that speed on the base pass. You know what's going to happen. First pitch to Martin. He's stealing second base, and he's going to get it with ease. That's 3 now on to the campaign. He's on second. Why not try to take third? Ruiz gets a great jump, and he steals third base as well with his 4th stolen base. So now he's only 90 feet away, and a pop fly essentially will score him. Martin puts it on the ground. That's going to do it as well, and the A's lead 5-1 thanks to some great rate hot base running. Thank you, achievement, out of Ruiz. Next batter up, Jacob Wilson will sky this one over to second. That'll be an easy play by Polanco. And then Davidson up next, 1-2. We'll get a nice slider into the gap. Will it drop? Rodriguez tracking it down. It will not. But the A's extend their lead once more. It's 5-1. Ryan Presley will come in. We've seen the numbers so far this season. Hasn't been consistent at all. But he got a 4-run cushion here. Top 7, Rayleigh leads off. He will line out to left field on a line. Jorge Polanco up next, up the middle. Nice bat down from the glove by Presley. Beautiful play to get the second out. Ty France then up next will then rip this one down the left field line. That one will fall for a base hit. It'll roll all the way to the wall. And Ty France will have a 2-out double, as the Mariners look to keep the inning alive. How about Harry Ford up next, the rookie. 2-2 to him, and he's going to hit this one to right, and it's going to slice away from Rooker, and that will be the first RBI for Ford today. The number 21 prospect in all of baseball gets himself a double. Not sure what took the Mariners so long to call him up. He has been more than ready for this spot. 5-2 now as Presley gets Bliss to fly out to center, so that'll end the 7th, but another one tacked on against Presley's ERA. Mariners will bring in Carlos Vargas up next. Has not had a good start to his season, as he's tasked with the 7th. Rooker up first. He swings at the high fastball. Couldn't resist the cheese. That's the first out. Zach Geloff now up next with a solo of his own back in the 5th. Looking to add some more to that repertoire as he gets a slider nicely into left center, but Rodriguez's speed will track it down. He's covered a lot of grass today in center field. Eddie Rosario up next. There's not enough grass to cover this one as Rodriguez smokes this one over the hill in center field for a solo home run. You saw the bat flip. Eddie Rosario with a little bit of swagger. His first home run of the season. Signed to a 1-year contract from Minnesota in the offseason. We're hoping he can be the left fielder for this team. And more hits like that would go a long way. So we get the run right back to make it a 4-run lead. Now 6-2 as Noda will pop up to end the 7th. But a 4-run cushion now as we head to the 9th inning. Lucas Erceg. It's not a closing situation, so we'll put him in, get him his first inning of work. Inconsistency last year plagued him as well, specifically with the control and the long ball. He'll inherit a runner on first for Luke Rayleigh, who will sky this one over to third base. Wilson underneath it, puts it away for out number 1. Jorge Polanco up next, 1-2, swing and miss on the sinker. So the game will come down to Ty France. 2 for 3 on the day. Chops it over to Wilson at third. He makes the play, takes his time, and throws him out at first base. And the Athletics win this game 6-2. What was a very well put together game, the opposite of what we saw against Boston, as we pick up our 2nd win of the season and improve to 2-5 in the first game of this 4-game homestand. Good look there for the Athletics. Hope we see some more of that. The offense popped off with some power, had some other hits as well. The pitching looked really good only 4 hits given up, limiting the walks as well. So overall, a good put-together game as Abel gets player of the game. 6 innings, 7 Ks. Our acquisition at last year's deadline showing some promise today. Game 2, we lose though 4-0 as JP Sears gets rocked, 4 earned in 5 innings pitched against him. So we drop the second one, which takes us to the third game. Before we get there, we have our first trade of the season. The Diamondbacks are going to acquire Nick Madrigal from the Braves for Blake Walston as the Diamondbacks trying to add another solid contact bat. He wasn't getting any play time with the Braves, so he'll now latch on in Arizona. While the Braves will get Blake Walston, a young 24-year-old pitcher who had a good year last year in the desert. Game 3, win 9-6 as Zach Geloff had a great day. 3 for 4, hit 2 home runs, a triple, and 6 RBIs. So he was 2/3 of our offense in this matchup. And then in Game 4, we win 3-2. So we take 3 of 4 at home against the Mariners. Susac with a game-winning RBI in the ninth. He hit the walk-off. And we now sit 4-6, ready for the Astros at home before getting a 3-game rematch against the Mariners. And I think we got a chance to get back to 500 next episode. The Astros lost a lot in free agency, and we'll see how we do against them and Christian Javier on the mound. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.